when you're on
Thank
YouTube.
you, Jackie. So,
Yep.
hey, everybody, welcome to our daily success call for whatever day this is, Wednesday, April 15th. Big
Yep.
day
Tax
for the
day.
United States. Yeah. How about that? We've got, this is typically tax day. Is it tax day again this year, or are they suspending
No.
that?
Oh, they
No,
should
July.
In July,
July
yeah.
Uh-huh.
15th.
Okay. So thank you. That shows you how attentive I am to all things accounting, as I know many of you also are equally as attentive. Hence your hiring of third-party services like Prime Corporate and whatever you do. What was the thing in England? It's Company House or something. Is that right?
Yeah, company house.
I think it is. Hey, let's look at our friends here today. We got we're at max capacity. I can only fit a few of you on the screen at a time, but I do see Tom and Nida. Hi, Nida. Of course, there's
Hello.
Jackie and Kim. Hey, Ness. Glad you're here. There's Alex. Alex is brand new. Everybody say hi to Alex. She's
Hi,
awesome.
Alex.
Hey,
Hi, Alex.
Alex.
There's Kate,
Alex.
Ian, Thomas, Gail. Good to see you guys. Mark, Will,
Hi.
Richard, Sarah, Shirley. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to mute all so we can hear ourselves think, and we're going to have a conversation today. So good to be here with you all, as we are each day. Especially want to welcome our brand new members, because this turned into a really fun group. And I'll tell you a little story about how this whole thing started. In fact, I think I may have mentioned this to you, even this week, okay? But it just came up for me again because as our group grows, we have people wondering, right? How did this whole thing occur? I just stepped into this what appears to be a beautiful, not only opportunity with Amazon and Sophie, of course, and it's so real, it's so authentic, and there's so many people prospering with this. And look at all my new friends. How did I not know about this before? Well, you know what? This took some years to put together. So Sophie obviously has been selling on Amazon for years. She's listed over 1,000 products. You know, she's made millions. She's set her family free. It's very nice. As you know, she sold her first Amazon brand, you know, the tea from Nepal, for over $1 million, right? So that's a 7-figure payday. So this stuff apparently works, okay? And she's gathered more and more assets and advantages and aptitudes as she's gone down this road for years. And here you all are to leverage that experience. Well, there came a point where she was looking to, as all successful people do, looking for how can I serve more people, right? Like the guy I've quoted a whole lot is the late Jim Rohn, where he said, if you want to increase your income, increase your value to the marketplace, right? So obviously, Sophie, as a successful person, is looking to do exactly that. And one of the administrators behind the scenes here, which some of you have met, named Bo, Bo and I go way back, and we've done other business projects together. We've made millions, we've lost millions, we've seen the ups and downs. And Bo gave me a call some months ago now. When was this? Towards the end of last year. And he said, hey, are you busy? And I said, yeah. He said, would you like to be more busy? And I said, maybe. He said, you got to come take a look at this blue sky thing. What's going on here? Sophie and all these people learn how to make money online, make money from home, set their families free. And so I did my due diligence, and oh my goodness, what an amazing thing we've got here. So yeah, sign me up. Give me a title. And I forget what my title is a lot. Director of Success, I think, which sounds really cool, really important, right? Better than, I suppose, head, floor mopper guy or something. But as you all know, and as we discussed yesterday, there's really two different paths that we're going down here simultaneously. And we do have a guest today who's going to be joining us. I see Jackie here with us. She's the head of all accountability reps. So I'm going to get Jackie to speak here. Jackie, I remembered that you were joining us here today, although we didn't confer before, the conference here, right? So I have no idea what's going to come out of your mouth. Just like myself, I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth until I hear it. That's just a daily phenomenon in my life. But we have two paths that we're going down simultaneously. And we're going to get Jackie's input on this a little bit here today as well. One path is the nuts and bolts, how-to stuff. What do you do? How do you do it? Sophie's the master of that stuff, right? When it comes to how to do Amazon, you've got the best teacher in the world on that, in my humble opinion. Obviously in yours too, because you could have gone and, camped out with any guru, and there's plenty of gurus I don't think Sophie's interested in being a guru, but she definitely wants you to have the result. She's committed to you having a result, okay, a pleasing result. The other path we're going down is the path of the who and the why. And that's where I come in. The reason that I was tapped to, see what I could contribute to this is because I've been studying personal growth philosophy and success psychology for 35 years. I've written one major book, several other minor books, published courses, worked with thousands and thousands of students over my time in this online, business space, who have gone on to make hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So we can definitely have an effect. But the big question that comes up in my mind is who is having the effect? Who is doing it, right? The Amazon training exists for anybody. Who's doing it? That is the biggest question. And those of you who have been through a business launch strategy session, you know exactly what I'm talking about, because the majority of this business is right here, right? The willingness or unwillingness for a person to be, do, and have more. Everybody wants to have more, but what leads up to that? Who's doing it? And then what do you do, right? This can be uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially if you've been for years or decades indoctrinated into the corporate mindset, the mindset of the employee. Those of you who've been reading Robert Kiyosaki's book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, you know that there's 4 different operating strategies that could be employed by a person. I guess there's a 5th one, which would be bum, bum on the street, whatever. Okay, so that one didn't make it into the book. But the 4 quadrants, as identified by Kiyosaki, are employee, which a lot of people are. Most people are. And then there's the self-employed person, right? That's definitely a step forward. But now we're basically, we run our own job. We're our own managers. I'll tell you what, I've never needed a manager to motivate me. I'm plenty motivated. I'm the toughest manager I've ever had. Okay, so that's the self-employed quadrant. Then there's the business owner, or bigger business, right? Now we're getting leverage. Now we're duplicating or deferring or delegating and gaining more time, creating more, like I just mentioned earlier, more value in the marketplace without our physical presence, right? So now we're not into a linear income anymore. Now we've got a leveraged income. And there's a higher degree of risk that goes on with that. Okay, so what is an entrepreneur? This is an interesting question to ask, because the big transition that a lot of people have to make, and some of you are already entrepreneurs before you got here, right? You're running businesses, brick and mortar, what have you, whatever it happens to be. Okay, franchising, etc. But the entrepreneur mindset is a big departure from the consumer mindset. It's easy to be a consumer, and we're all consumers from time to time. Right? Well, every day, in fact, as long as you're walking around in the body, you got to consume something, food, right? Toilet paper, as so many people were recently reminded, got to have that toilet paper, Celso. But there's a time to be a consumer. There's also a time to be a producer. And an entrepreneur, by definition, look up the word. An entrepreneur is a person who assumes greater than normal risk for the purpose of business and profitability, right? That is what an entrepreneur is. One who assumes greater than usual risk. That's where personal development comes in. Because what are you risking? And are you willing to risk? I grew up extremely risk averse because I grew up in an environment of lack and limitation and poverty consciousness. So I had to pull my head out of my ass, seriously, okay? Because my best thinking got me in the gutter. As demonstrated by ignorant but well-meaning people who had come before me to show me here's what not to do. I didn't realize that's what I was witnessing at the time, but those people were my mentors nonetheless. Once I finally confronted it and looked, by their fruits you'll know them. Check out the fruits. So I became a fruit inspector, right? And I decided, you know what? My best thinking, it got me this far. I've survived like a rat looking for cheese. Okay, well, it's not getting me further. What about your best thinking? Let's read something. Let's put some other thinking into that noodle, right? And then I gained a bit of strength, a bit of self-belief, a bit of self-esteem and confidence that yes, if I just reach, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I can be, do, and have more. I can. Right? I went from I can't to I can. That is a completely personal development consideration. That has nothing to do with the how-to logistics, nuts and bolts Apply it to whatever you want. Apply it to Amazon. Apply it to your franchise. Apply it to fill in the blank. Parenting, relationships, physical fitness. Who's doing it? That's the question, right? And then, of course, the fourth quadrant is the investor quadrant, where now you've got enough, not only risk tolerance, okay, but reach, financial reach, that you can say, you know what, you're competent. Let me bet on you. Okay. So really, what this all comes down to, okay, from the employee to the self-employed to the business owner to the investor, what this really all comes down to is your own ability and willingness to reach beyond what has been your comfort zone up to this point. That's all right here, all of it. Because we all got the same 24 hours, right? We all got the same resources in terms of ability to learn and to execute, right? The question, I think, is, do you have a reason to? Do you have enough dissatisfaction with conditions as they are to reach further into conditions as you would wish them to be? There's an old prayer by Reinhold Lieber called the Serenity Prayer. And it goes, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And the part of that I focus on, well, all of it, okay, but the middle part, the courage to change the things I can. Well, now we're talking, right? Now we get to look in the mirror. Because certainly you wouldn't be here if you were just, completely satisfied with conditions as they were. I'm not talking about being ungrateful, right? We're grateful for the things we have. And everyone who's on here, whether you're on the YouTube channel or you're here in our Zoom room right now, and you're able to hear my voice, well, you're pretty blessed, right? There's a lot of people right now who, they can't even access this, So we're doing pretty good. You're well fed. You got a roof over your head. You got internet, electricity, running water, toilet paper. Man, you're in good shape. You're in good shape. Okay. So let's put that in perspective. Dissatisfaction does not mean a lack of gratitude. That means I know that there's more service I can provide on this planet. I know that there's more good I can do in this world. By the way, I'm part of the world, so I can do good for me too, right? I qualify for that benefit as well. Well, great. Let's get on with it. Are you willing to get out of your comfort zone? And to that end, we have accountability reps who will help steer you in the direction of things that will cause you to be, do, and have more, to be more willing, yes, to reach beyond where you've reached before. Okay, because again, our best thinking only went so far. You didn't come this far just to come this far. Okay, otherwise you would have never shown up here, right? You'd be watching kitten videos on YouTube, and I guess rolling around in piles of cash in your living room or whatever you do when you're completely satisfied and you've arrived in life, and whatever. You'd go do philanthropy or something, right? And we could do philanthropy, and we could roll around in cash. We could do all that. I've seen people do that. Literally at times. That's interesting. Usually in a different space, where they want to display their Lamborghinis. And you guys remember the old Tom Wu infomercials? Tom Wu, hey, I'm Tom Wu. You buy my course, real estate. Look, you want girl, you want boat. Look, you buy my course. You guys remember that? Tom Wu. We're going back a couple of decades now. Anyway, Asian guy on a yacht with the bikini chicks. It's all hype. And you're going to learn how to get rich in real estate because you buy the Tom Wu course. Funny stuff. Anyway, I'm going to bring out Jackie. Jackie is the head accountability rep. And of course, Jackie, we had, I gave you no notice whatsoever yesterday that we were in triage mode. And we had lots of questions and uncertainties regarding who's my accountability rep? What are their uses? Do I even need one? What planet am I on, right? So we triaged that yesterday, but I wanted to give a bit of perspective today, Jackie, if you can come on out here and talk about what you see, your perspective as a person who gets to work with so many new members, as I do as well. Okay, so I gave my perspective yesterday. What is it that you see is the best thing for the new person to do? Because we got some brand new people on here, brand new, who are reading Sophie and myself and yourself and whoever their rep is for the first time. Jackie Lunny, ladies and gentlemen. Jackie Lunny.
Hi, guys.
There she is. She really exists. If you were wondering.
Out there. Hi. You guys can hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Good. Okay. So Hi, I see Sherry and Sarah and a lot of names. I wrote some of you down because I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm always telling everybody come to John's daily calls because it'll really help you guys tremendously. Um, so just so you guys know, I started doing this a few months ago. I did not have a um, what do you call that? A background as being an accountability rep, but I have basically been coaching people for years. I have a background in Wall Street. I traded stocks for 22 years. Then I got laid off in 2008 and decided to be a stay at home mom. So I had a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, and I just wanted to be there. Um, and I started a coaching business actually. I started as a health coach because I love health and fitness. And I transitioned into actually becoming an Amazon seller and an eBay seller. I took a course that I think I learned everything in one night and got set up my Amazon shop and started selling, and it was fantastic. It is fantastic. You've chosen such a good place to build a business. Selling on Amazon is magical. I transitioned out of it because I'm always doing different things depending on what's going on in my life. But I was so happy when I was asked to come and do this to help get everybody motivated to start their business because I really believe in this business. Um, what I hear mostly is, why do I need you? And I guess the best way to explain it is you're coming into a space that you want to build a business, a sound business, and you want to be organized from day one. You want to know what is the most important things to focus on, and we've set that up here. John, right? He's getting your mind in the right place so that you're thinking like an entrepreneur from day one. That's what you want to do. And we, as accountability reps, we just want to make sure that you actually start off doing everything that you should be doing. I know you get a lot of emails and we tell you just, don't worry about them, file them away. They're not important. They are, a lot of them are promotional materials. They're stuff that it's going to distract you from what you're trying to do. You want to be working on your modules every day. And if you listen to Sophie's welcome video in your Amazon Navigator, she specifically says about 30 to 60 minutes a day. And why we tell you, we reinforce that is because we want you to start out not being overwhelmed. Because I've heard from many new clients, this is overwhelming. It shouldn't be overwhelming because you should be excited about what you're doing. So that's again what an accountability rep does, right? We want to motivate you and tell you it's okay because we know you're going to be okay as long as you just follow certain steps every day, work on certain things every day. You're going to have a successful journey. The other thing is we motivate you to come on John's calls every day. And I know some of you work and you say, well, I'm working, I can't get on there. We'll listen to the recording. So I make sure that I send out emails all the time to remind you because I know that, you might get sidetracked. So that's what an accountability rep does. So we have 3 new reps who are actually students who have become reps. And what I think is really special about the situation is that they fully understand how you feel. They started the same way you started, so you can really relate to them. That's Moray, Jan, and Raquel, right? So it's the 4 of us right now. And we are really excited about what we're doing because we really love when you guys feel motivated. We love when you even update us and tell us what you've already accomplished. We can answer a lot of questions, and there's questions that we really don't know the answer to. But one thing that I think is really important is that you get to know your Blue Sky training site because there's a lot of information right there that you may not realize. Just click on some of the buttons and see what's what. Your Amazon Navigator is where you're doing your modules. You want to do modules 1 through 4. You want to get through them thoroughly. You want to review them over and over, and you want to set up that first coaching meeting. That's what you want to do. You want to make progress. The Facebook group is essential. I know a lot of you don't want to go on Facebook, but there are files in there that you want to be able to access. You don't have to make friends with other people. Just be in the Facebook group. The coaches update a lot of stuff in there. Admin updates stuff almost every day sometimes. You don't need to read a lot of the posts unless it's something that's, important for you to understand. Some of the members in there have been in there a lot longer, so they have it, they've experienced things and they can share, quality advice for you. And the books that John recommends, I've read all of them myself. I read them months back, and I've read many others, many that he talks about here on the calls all the time. And I highly recommend it. You might think, I don't have time for that. But if you just even put 30 minutes a day, these are habits you want to implement. You want to do these things because I've heard people say it and I've witnessed it for myself. They will change your whole attitude, everything that you do every day, because you want to really truly build this business. We want you to become self-motivated. We want you to find the answers eventually on your own. We want you to know, write things down, organize yourself. There've been other members who've come on this call and they've shared their own tips and things that are working for them. Try some of them out. Sometimes, what another person does may not work for you, but eventually you find something that does work. Work in a space where you are focused and you're not being distracted. I know everybody's got their kids home now. I do too. We just set up our own sections of the house, and everybody knows I'm off limits right now. You can't, and we respect each other. So that's what your accountability rep does. We give good advice and we just want you to take the necessary steps to keep moving forward. And I think that's about all I have to say.
Well, thank you so much for your perspective, Jackie. I'm seeing a bunch of chats here in the chat roll, which you can see as well. We also have another one going on the YouTube live stream. I'm not sure, Key, you're asking about, I request and add 1 week ago. I now waiting for acceptance, please. I'm not sure what that means.
To the Facebook group, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, possibly.
Can't
Okay.
hear anything.
What was that, Kathy?
Kathy, I think she can't
okay,
hear.
not sure. Kathy's voice came out of nowhere, but yeah, if it's the Facebook, yes, he says Facebook privately. Okay, very good. So so let me make sure that happens. And Jackie, these are little minutiae, that obviously you don't control the Facebook group. There's administrators over there. Understand, guys, the staff behind the scenes that gets all this done and makes all this possible is vast. This isn't like, Sophie's, garage operation, where it's Sophie and, hamster wheels running the internet. No, it's like there's a big staff here.
Well, can I add something about the Facebook group? I
You
actually
can.
know that what they do is they want you to have already been in the academy for at least 3 days.
But how do I get back to the video?
All right, Kathy, we're going to mute you up. Go ahead. You were saying, Jackie?
Yeah, they don't accept you right away because they want you to go through the process of onboarding and the welcome session with John. And then after you've gotten started, then you're supposed to put the request in. And then, like John said, it takes a little while before they're able to get to everybody and approve. They have to match up your name and make sure that you are the person who's actually, because they can't admit people who are not part of the program into the Facebook group. So if you can just, be a little patient, within like about 5 business days or so, I think you'll be in.
Okay, very good. By the way, I wouldn't be too desperate to get into the group. I would, especially in the first few weeks, you want to be focused on things that your accountability rep routes you on to, as well as your initial 4 modules. Kathy, you keep muting and unmuting. Did you have a comment or question? Kathy Reisner.
She lost her sound.
Oh, well, that's weird. Jackie, we got Jackie and Jackie. Come on out here, Jackie. What thinks you?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, me. I the points that the other Jackie made are very good, and even I wrote them down so that I could go over and make sure that what's going on. And I have Kim as my accountability coach, and she just made sure I had your link for daily success every day, whether I asked for it or not. And she would always check and see how am I doing, and I felt pretty good about working with her because but at that time you didn't have hundreds of people coming on it every day when I first signed up with her too. So I know she's got a lot more people she's working with, and but I find it was very helpful the first weeks. And I think it's important to have the accountability, because if not, you could just fall by the wayside.
Right. Well, that's a
Yeah.
great point, Jackie. As easy as it is to do the right thing, it's even easier to just not do it.
Yeah,
So-
can I just say, so yes, Jackie, that's true. And we are overseeing a lot. I have probably 300 students on my list now, and it's a lot, but I'm happy to do it. But what is good is that you all realize that we do have a system that, that we're doing, and things that must get done.
Mhm.
And if you can just understand that we're helping you, we really want you to succeed. And if you can, when you see the emails specifically from us, most of us, I think all of us, our first name is part of the email. So it's Jackie.BlueSkyRep, and Jan is, everybody's, their name is where the email's coming from. So if you can read those on a daily basis, it would be really good, because we're helping you, and we know where you should, we know where you should be by a certain time. And we also want to keep reminding you just, to focus on what I say are 4 things on a daily basis, which is working on your modules, coming to John's call or watching the recording on YouTube, reading one of the books, eventually all of the books. I've told all of you that who are, my clients, and then my emails. So those are the 4 major things that you should be doing every day.
Yes.
And
I-
segment your time,
Mhm.
30 to 60 minutes on modules, 45 minutes for John's call, maybe 30 minutes to an hour reading, whatever you can do comfortably, where you don't do anything so that it becomes aggravating. You're doing it because this is taking me steps closer to what I'm trying to achieve here. So that's why you're doing all of these steps, and we encourage that.
That's true, and I found that her emails were always encouraging. Never, never put down or anything like that. It was, and I would look for them. I would look for them from early in the morning, since she, was in Hawaii. We would sometimes chat later on at night because of the time. So there was I enjoyed it. If I didn't find a email from her, I was like, okay, I gotta wait and see what's going on. Because, but it was just very encouraging to hear from her, and I liked it. I had no problem. I was glad she did it, because she saved my butt a number of times with the
That's great.
Thursday to get the,
That's great.
make sure I was with the Thursday group for Sophie, because I would always forget the time zone.
I have a question if I can get in.
Let's go to Tom. Let's say Thomas.
Yeah, this one's for Jackie, really. I've just received an invoice from US from Knowledge Source for $48, and I'm just wondering why. Is there a monthly subscription for US?
I'm
Source
not
Knowledge?
sure. There might have been something extra that you signed up for, but you should just get in touch with support, send them an email, and ask them to explain what it is.
Yeah,
I
so
might have
as far as you know, there's no monthly subscription for this.
Not that I know of, but I would rather that you find out from
Okay.
them.
Yeah, okay. No worries.
All right, we got a few hands raised. We got Kim and then Leanne. Go ahead, Kim.
Okay, let me unmute. Okay, 2 things. First thing, I just wanted to, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
I wanted to say thank you so much to Jackie, because I was freaking out yesterday and felt like I was a little overwhelmed. And so she walked with me through that overwhelm. and pretty much, express what she just expressed here in the Zoom call. But I want to say that she motivated me to go online and to get this little schedule here that maps out what you do with your day every day. And so I guess my overwhelm was part of just listening to the videos and just watching them over and over, not necessarily watching them over and over, but writing down everything, because that's the way I learn. I'm a visual learner. And so when I see it and I have to write it down and reinforce it, and I was becoming very overwhelmed with that. So, she recommended taking a break and just doing little chunks of time. And so that made total sense to me. So that's motivated me to print out this little schedule and kind of get myself on a schedule that says, okay, I'm going to do this for a lot amount of time. And then this, so that helped me tremendously. So I wanted to say that. And then also I saw someone post in the chat, I think it was Liz, she posted something about insurance. And that was one of my questions today. So for the LLC, do we need to have an additional liability insurance or some type of insurance, or how does the LLC protect us? I guess that's my question.
Okay, well, that's just a pass-through corporation. That's a limited liability company in the United States. That's the definition of an LLC.
Mhm.
So there, and we've had this discussion before. You may not have been privy to it, but it's the idea that you as an individual are not actually operating the business, that the corporation is. And therefore, if there was something that required litigation or something, the litigation would be aimed at the corporation, not at you. Right. So
Okay.
that's the gist of it. It's also, as far as tax purposes, is a pass-through corporation. And that's as far as I know about it.
So it releases me from personal reliability.
That's the idea of a limited liability
Okay.
company. Jackie, can you give us all a link? Jackie London, can you give us a link to the whatever this document is that was just being waved in the air by Kim,
Look,
Daily
Kim-
Planner?
Oh, I downloaded that. So if you need me to drop that, just tell me how to do it, and I'd be happy to do that. I downloaded it onto my laptop, and I think it's a great little tool. It
Right.
has,
Did you download it? You downloaded it from some link somewhere, some website, right? Where was that website?
I did.
If you can find that, post it in the
I
chat.
have the website, right? Yeah, I have it.
Any day
Okay, so
planner
then
will
just-
do. All right, so she's got it. She's going to go ahead and drop that link. Any
Okay.
day planner will do. There's even miracle morning, worksheets and stuff. I mean, you could do whatever you want. I use my iCal on my Mac, right? So whatever. Leanne's got the floor. Leanne, come on out.
This is in response to Thomas's question about the $48. I think it was $48.50 because I had asked them about that as well. And I think when you first initially signed up for maybe the ebook on learning about Sophie's program, there was an option to subscribe to the masterclass, and I think it was $97, and you elected to have 2 repayments of $48.50. Does that sound familiar to you, Thomas? Because that might be what it is.
Oh,
Now you come to say that, probably yes, because it was 48.50.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this
So
is
you
the
probably get
second
2
one.
payments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
This is the
that's
second
it.
one. Yeah. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you very much for that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No worries.
mystery solved. Look at that, Leanne. Good stuff. All right. Who else wants to talk today? Let's have a couple more people come out before we wrap up. Carl.
Hi, John.
Carl. There's Carl. Hey, Carl.
Can you hear me? I can't see myself here, but
Oh,
this is
okay.
my second week in the program, and I just wanted to say that first of all, I appreciate and I look forward to your daily inspirational talks. When I joined first, I thought I had to do this on my own, but it really is a community, and I appreciate everybody's openness to talk about their concerns, their issues. And also Jackie, she's been very supportive in my walk through this program. So I just wanted to say a thank you to everyone.
And John, can I just?
Thank you, Carl, and I appreciate the acknowledgement, and I know Jackie does as well. It's there's a lot going on behind the scenes, and we want you to win. Gail,
John?
you had a question?
Yeah, for those of us who still have not heard from an accountability rep.
I'm
Will
taking you, Gail.
From her? Oh, hi, Jackie.
I already put you on my list, so I'm going to contact you today. Yes.
Wonderful. Thank
Yes.
you. All right.
There's that. That's handled. There's
Yeah.
that. Jason,
Yes.
how's it going, man?
I'm great, man. Totally great. Just wanted to go back to, you mentioned courage. And I have a slight different definition that I heard, and it's something that really resonates with me. Maybe it will for some other people, but and the definition of courage is the willingness to not let fear dictate the situation. Once again, the willingness to not let fear dictate the situation. And that, I think, is really good for myself because of all kinds of issues that have happened to me and developing a fear and whatever. So it's like when I go through something and I'm trying to do something new, and then it's like, oh, I find myself hesitating. It's like, okay, what? I have to kind of come back in myself and say, hey, what's really driving this? Is there some underlying fear issue? Work through that, and then it propels me on to the further. So I don't know if that can help other people a little bit too as well.
It helps me. Thank you, Jason. You're getting acknowledgement in the chat as well. Candace, it helps Candace.
Yeah.
Let's go. Rhonda, Jackie, just so you know, Rhonda says she hasn't heard from her accountability rep for quite a while. So Rhonda, you can get with Jackie. She's here in the chat right now. She's going to get you taken care of. Who's on iPad?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Tolu.
Hey, Tolu.
Hello.
Your name is iPad today.
I'm not at home, so that's why I'm using my iPad.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask is just the one, is it Jackie? Oh, I've forgotten her name. Ask Jackie about the accountability, right? Like I don't have one, so it was Ashley before, but I emailed him and there's no reply from him for over some weeks now.
Yes, I will get it. What's your name? I'm sorry.
Tolu.
Tolu.
Okay, I will get in touch with you today.
Okay.
Tolu,
Thank
if you
very
can,
much, Jackie.
if you're, I know you're on a mobile device, but if you can find where the chat is and you can click to chat directly to Jackie Lundy and she will have your email address. That would be the way we typically identify people in the system with thousands of people is what's their email address.
Okay.
And then sometimes
I'll
people
try.
change their email
Thanks.
address. And then it's like, where is this person? Where is this? Oh, they got another email address. And, 2 days later, we figured out where they are. Richard,
Okay.
Richard's got the floor.
Yes, real quick question for Jackie. I had been contacted by Helen as an accountability rep, but kind of the similar story. I haven't heard anything back. Is she still an active rep or?
She's actually transitioning over to something else. So we have Raquel and Jan in place now. So it's perhaps one of the two of them will be handling your stuff. So I'll make sure that I speak to one of them to get in touch with you.
You're getting quite the list.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm used to this.
Well, Jackie, this is what I walked into yesterday. The meeting before the meeting was in full swing. And it was like, who's the accountability rep? So that's why I was pinging you, help, Jackie, save me. So thank you, Richard. I'm so glad. And we want Richard taken care of. That's Richard right there. He's awesome. Hey, Thomas, you got the floor? Thomas?
Yeah, thank you. Same question, really. I sort of raised my hand before Richard jumped on. My accountability rep was Helen. And since I had the last of the Jetstream modules, I've heard nothing from her.
Well, here's
between your ears.
did you already have a business strategy session, Thomas?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'll look.
No,
into that.
all I got was invited to the AX10 program, and since then I've heard nothing from them.
Okay, what's your last name?
Eyre, E-Y-R-E.
Okay. All right, we'll check that out for you.
Thank you.
Yes, and just to clarify, you guys, that for those of you who have not definitely get through those Jetstream emails that we send you, the overview, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and you want to get over to your business strategy session with John. And I know for various reasons, I've had some people take a very long time to respond to getting that done. It's a pleasant experience. It's not painful at all. And you will enjoy it. And then after that, your accountability rep is really, hoping that you're moving on to, continuing with your training, your modules, whether or not, you've made changes in how you're going to launch your business. You want to keep working on your business, but we just want you guys to understand that we get new students every day. So our list continues to build. And if we can get you to just move on these steps that we're taking you through, it's all for your benefit. The ultimate goal is to have a business. That's the ultimate goal, but you have to do all these steps to get there. We don't want you to, we definitely move at your own pace. We encourage that because it's not a race, but we want you to make progress. That's what you really want to do. You want to have the business, and having an Amazon business is fun and it is exciting. You have to learn a lot of stuff you do. I know that it might seem like, oh, it's too much, it's so much, and all these people, all these emails, but you're trying to build a business, a sound business. So you really want to do all these things. So if you can take our advice and you know, just do these things, you'll be happy. And that's what you want to do, is get to that happy place, right?
I want to be happy. Sign me up for that, Jackie. Hey, we're at 41 minutes past the hour. I see Esther's hand is up. We got a few other mics unmuted. So let's get down to business. Esther, you got a question, or what's up with Esther?
Yeah, hi, John. Hi, Jackie. I also had Helen, and I was listening in as you were talking to Thomas, but I guess you may have answered my questions.
Okay.
So I didn't know if she was done since we did the business strategy stuff, you know, the emails, because I talked to John, you know, then I didn't talk to Helen a couple of weeks ago, and that was that. I just texted her actually to see what's going on, but I'll have to see if she replies, because she gave me her number to text her and stuff, you know, so.
Yeah, let me clarify. And I think this same reality for Thomas, right, is that your first few weeks are critical. Okay.
Yeah.
Hence the accountability rep, you know, getting grooved in with showing up here in the community, having a private session with me, right? All that stuff. And then at that point, you're ready to launch, right? So they're done holding you to account. You know what to do now.
Okay.
Same with Thomas. You know what to do now. That doesn't mean go riding off into the sunset and you know you've arrived or anything. Keep showing up.
Oh no. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, the onboarding agenda, if you will, is complete for you.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Thanks,
well.
John.
My pleasure. As it is for John Hyder as well. Hey, John, what's going on? John, just
I'm fine, John.
Okay, very good. Thank you. I saw that Toyin had her mic unmuted.
Yes, I also want to say that I was with Ashley and I've not heard anything for weeks. And I emailed somebody called Nina. I don't know who that is. But yes, I've just not heard anything for weeks. And I didn't know that he'd left until I just heard now in the meeting.
Okay, I'll get in touch with you, myself or one of the other reps.
Very good. Okay.
I'm taking all these names down.
Yeah, in fact, everyone, if you could just put in the chat, if your prior accountability rep was Ashley, just put in the chat the word Ashley, and make sure Jackie will make sure she sees that and she will handle that. We've got, let's see here. We got Sarah. Sarah, do you have a comment?
Yes, I just wanted to thank Jackie for being here today and you inviting her, because she's my awesome rep and I'm just so excited about it. But I enjoyed her today and all the good advice she had. She's awesome.
Thank you.
She sure is. Thank you. Leon has the floor. Leon. I can't hear you, brother. Let me unmute your mic. You were unmuted. Now you're. Here we go. Yeah, there he is. Leon, ladies and gentlemen.
But he gave me a time at 12. Yeah, the same time as you. So I'm wondering, do I got to change him the time with him or not? Miss your session in the evening, because it's the same time as you when I come on in the evening. Isaac.
Right now,
son.
Right now it's 12:44 p.m. Eastern time. So what time zone are you talking about?
Yeah, so my time with him, it starts from 12 until 12:45.
Okay.
And then starts on the 16th. So I'm saying, do I got to miss your session because it's the same time?
Well, if there's a particular session that you're going to miss, there's the YouTube channel, but we do this every day, right? So I'm not sure what other conflicts there could be. Jackie, do you know what Leon's talking about with? With who?
I'm sorry. I was jotting
I don't
down
know,
names.
Leon. The answer is I don't know, and who you're referring to in terms of who would dare book a time with you while I'm talking. That's
No, I'm saying my time with my accountability rep is 12 noon, the same time as it come on to you.
what time zone
So
are
I'm
you
saying,
in, Leon?
say,
What time zone are you in?
I'm in the UK. It's now 5.
Right. So 5. Right. So 12 noon
Yeah.
for you, right? Is
Yeah.
early morning here. So we meet at 5 o'clock your time each day here. So
So
Yeah,
then
Leon,
if you miss it, you go to the YouTube and look at the YouTube meeting afterwards.
I think what you said, Leon, was that your accountability rep had scheduled her talk with you at the same time as John's meeting.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Just give her or him a chat and reschedule that with them.
yeah, we
Okay.
don't want to schedule anything during this call. None of us.
What happened with me was my onboarding call was the same time for one of the nights. So when I had my onboarding call with Melissa, it clashed with this meeting. I think my onboarding call was maybe half an hour before.
Okay.
So I was too late to check into the meeting. That might be what Leon's talking about.
that could be because there's, they got to schedule people. There's so many people. So Leon, that may have been a one-off situation, but let's make sure
No,
that
it's
gets
for,
cleaned.
for every session. I've got 9 sessions for the whole entire
Oh,
9
it's the
sessions.
same thing, Leon.
That's this right here.
That's
You're
this.
on it. You're on it. They were just reminding you, they were saying, hey, here's how you get into the 12 noon Eastern session. You're on it right now. So it may have just been 2 different angles on the same appointment. You're on it. You're good.
You guys,
Okay.
it's the Isaac Sands thing that you guys get an email saying you're booked for 9 daily Isaac Sands calls.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I've
this
got.
meeting. That's John's meeting.
That's this right here. And Isaac Sands is an administrator. He's not an
So-
accountability rep. He's an
So
administrator.
who's my accountability rep? Because remember, John, the other day I told you that I haven't got one. And you said you was
I
gonna
will find out for you.
Jackie's got you under control. No worries, Leon. We're gonna get it all handled. Thank you, Marty. Burning desires. We got Gail. Who else is
John.
unmuted? We got Leon. We got Marty. John. Yes. Go ahead.
I got my accountability rep yesterday. It's a huge thing. I already spoke with her and we have a meeting today. What I wanted to say is I learned something really important from her right off the bat, which is I had started in the advanced modules. And so I'm like in unit 4 or 5 of the first module. It's really intense work. And she pointed out that I actually want to start at Amazon Navigator and that it's not the heady stuff that I've been in. So just that. Yes, start with Amazon Navigator. If you don't have an accountability rep, don't start in the advanced modules. That's all.
Yeah, the advanced modules are extra training that Sophie did, and that's for after you've already done your Amazon Navigator. Or if you feel that you've learned a lot, the advanced modules are just extra training on top of what you've already learned.
Yeah, and it's great stuff. It's just that it was not what everybody else seemed to be talking about. And I just wondered, have I like lost my mind? Is this like way harder than so I'm happy. I'm happy now.
Good.
Good stuff. Last call. It ain't burning desires because we got to
John?
roll. We got another meeting. Yes. Yes. Who was
John?
that, Steve? Yes. Go ahead.
John, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. John, what's happening?
It's a bit of bad news. My temperature has rocketed to 38.9 and I'm going to be hospitalized tomorrow.
Okay. We want you to get better, John.
I loved the session yesterday, and after you went, we stayed chatting to each other, and it was a really great atmosphere. So I'm going to be absent for quite a few days.
We'll be thinking about you, John.
Praying for
John,
you.
good luck.
Yeah.
Very good, John.
Just
Yes.
pray
We are
as
all
hard as
wishing
you can,
good luck.
please. Yeah.
Thinking of you.
We will be praying.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll be praying for you.
Thank you, John.
I'm going to sign out, John. Okay.
Very good, sir.
Good
All right,
luck.
be well. Be
Yeah.
well. And burning desires. I see somebody, Kim's got her hand up. Kim, go ahead, please.
Two questions. Number one, do we only get 8 daily session calls with you? And the second question, will we always have access to the Blue Sky training modules?
Yes.
Yes, second question, no to the first question. You can keep showing up here for the rest of your life. I hope you do.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, you got life access to the Blue Sky Academy, and you've got come as you are, right? We're just having a conversation here. So
Jackie,
you
what,
get that.
before you
I think the
move
whole
on-
purpose of the initial 8 or 9 or whatever Isaac Sands, that's just to kind of, where do I go? Well, here's where you go. And they'll tell you that like 9 times. They're going to tell you that, and they're not going to tell you anymore. Okay. So,
Jackie,
and it's a
can
bit
I just
redundant.
quickly ask something?
Yes,
Sure.
Gail, go ahead.
You said you're going to call me today. What is your area code? Because I don't pick up numbers that I don't know. I
I
have
understand.
recording there.
551.
551. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're
Very
welcome.
good. Thank you. Burning desires. Last call before we roll out of here. Rhonda,
Hi, John, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, fantastic. Sorry, I'm not on the video. I actually just wanted to say thank you. I joined for the first time on Monday and then yesterday, but I came, well, the room was already full before 5. But I actually just wanted to say how much I'm enjoying it and the tips and the advice. It's just really helpful. So just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, well, so glad you're here, Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Yeah, good stuff.
Rhonda, you can always join in anytime after. See, John usually opens the room about 10, don't you, John? I mean, like an hour early.
Well, the room's always open.
It's always
I
open.
usually reset the room, once we're done. This morning it was reset before we went live on YouTube. So we're at the point now where I'm either going to increase capacity or we're going to have to figure out something else. But yeah, this link is always live. So there's that.
But if you want to join in early before the real meeting starts with John, you're more than welcome. There's a group that always gets on early.
Yeah, and let me
Chit-chat about all kinds of stuff.
Let me offer this one warning, Jackie, and for everyone. There's a temptation to sit around and be social, okay? But we got to get work done too. So that's why I'm
That's
kind
true.
of like,
That's true. Yeah,
okay,
I'm just
very
saying.
good.
That's what I said the hour before. I'm not saying every day, all day. I'm just saying I clicked on at 10 o'clock to get a spot, and I got kicked off.
I hear you. We're just at capacity, and if I can't get in, I'm going to reset the room so I can get in.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now I understand what happened.
Yeah. I see
you off.
Teresa, you contact Lisa over at Blue Sky Home Office. Lisa, head coach. She'll get you all set up. Lisa and Sophie and Virginia, obviously Sophie and Virginia and Lisa. So they will make sure you get access to the private group for the advanced students. All right, Teresa. Guys, we got to wrap up. Jackie Lundy.
Yeah,
there
can I
she
say
is,
one
ladies and
more
gentlemen.
thing?
Yes, you can.
Guys, I love you all, but once you've had your business strategy session, you're supposed to spread your wings and fly. And I know you don't necessarily continue to have an accountability rep after your strategy session. You can ask us questions, but we're not going to be checking on you every day or anything like that anymore. So we hope that what happens is in the first few weeks that you're getting into your routine, that you're empowered, you're self-empowered, and you're doing your thing without needing us. We will supply information like how there was the Amazon live training last week for 5 days in a row. Stuff like that, I like to just email everybody and let you know what's going on. But other than that, after your session, you're welcome to ask us a question if we can help you. But like I said, we're getting new students every day that have to go through the same process that you went through with us.
Thank you. And we are officially ending the longest session we've ever had. So we are officially ending it now. Carol, are you going to burst into flames if you don't talk?
Yeah, because I got bumped. I was here 20 after 11 and I got bumped out. So I just snuck back in. And I just wanted to introduce myself to Jackie. So hi, Jackie.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
We love you, Carol Ann.
Hi,
We love
Jackie.
you. You're awesome.
John,
So
real
glad
quick,
you're
if you
here.
don't mind, wanted to confirm what I thought I just heard you say start a private group for the advanced students.
Yes.
Did you say that?
Yes.
And Jackie will be doing that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch the whole thing.
No, Sophie and Lisa and Virginie and Christine Berry.
Okay.
Right. So that's for advanced accelerated group. Okay. And once you guys, assuming that you're doing everything that Jackie was just sharing with us here today, you're gonna have an opportunity to be in the advanced group. Okay. So, and that's your choice. Okay. But that you got to get through the basics first. Okay. So yeah. So we're all set with that. Dee Dee, you're going to be getting access to all that. Okay.
Thank you, John.
Oh, you're quite welcome. All right. 56 minutes past the hour. I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. That's what's about to happen to me. I love you guys. Thank you for being here
We
once
love
again.
you. Love you,
We're going to wrap up
Jackie.
the live stream. Thank you. We'll see you again here tomorrow. Okay.
Love you, Jackie.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.